Welcome, Tanya, to Resilient Conversations, and happy birthday.
Thank you, Roselie. It's my pleasure to be here and to see you.
And as I've seen you perform, it's not just, it is not just the bow and the strings, it's your body, it is your breath. That was just another question that I wanted to ask you about in terms of how, at least on the cello, the performance is really it's like an integrative movement, like with your entire body, like your soul, like, because your breath is a big part of it. What is that experience like, when you're playing? It's
I play differently depending on who is listening to me. I feel the audience. I really sense the vibes from the audience when no matter if there's 600 people or 1,000 people in the hall or just 50 people. I feel that energy, and that's why I like to perform in a smaller space, because I can not only feel the ocean of that energy that is I'm feeding on that energy, right? I can also individually sense people, and I think that my performance, it'll still be it'll still have the same ingredients, right? My thought, my feeling, it'll still have the things that I was practicing when I was preparing for this performance. But there will be some nuances that I noticed later than when I listen to recording or video recording, that I do draw on the energy of my audience. And I even take it, I felt it, I think I always felt it, but I even decided to use this because I asked the members of my audience, give me subjects to improvise, themes to improvise on. And that's why I involve them in creating my next piece. And I really enjoy doing that because you saw it happening when I performed for you. Because people, when they took part in the creation of that particular thing, they listen differently also. They are trying to recognize the things that they asked for and maybe be surprised of what they hear. She says blue, or she says resilience, or she says Last Supper of Leonardo. And then she is expecting something. And then sometimes they say, yes, that was exactly that. Or says, wow, you're really surprised. That's not what I expected. So I'm really, that's interesting to do. About breath, the cello is an interesting instrument because it is a person, it looks like a person. Yeah. Its body looks like a woman's body. And it breathes, it utters the sound through this beautiful, like a letter F shape. We will call them F holes. So when you draw, there's a friction that bow creates with a string, right? And string resonates and sends this amazing vibration to the bridge that resonates, lets the whole body of the cello resonate. So it's almost like the cello is singing. The cello is basically saying, oh, her cello sang so beautifully. No, but that it did. That's what it does, right? So it's almost like you have your own body, and then this shield, which is like becomes your second body, right here, right? So you take a breath, and then the cello takes a breath with you. Then you exhale. I'll tell my students always, inhale first, then you start playing while exhaling, right? And then the cello sends this sound. So the cello sings. You could have sang it yourself.
I thought about when you're describing it, because it is true, like you describe the vibration and, you know, you're actually, you know, it is like a shield in front of you. So you're feeling that vibration as well. I mean, it's another layer of like rhythm while you're playing. It's definitely, so that reverberation goes into your own body. So it feels very like a cyclical breath, you know?
Yeah. That's why it's, also it's easier to, I always say, think circles, think constant breath. Don't shut your breath. Don't stop breathing while you're playing, because then the phrasing is natural. Look at all these beautiful wind players, because they breathe and send the air. Yeah, so they're actually, they do blow the melody through, right? They sing it, but with the air that they send through the instrument. So it's all connected. It's really connected.